and welcome. Today's Silicone Sessions is on the road. We've come all the way to Leverkusen, Germany to see these guys and check out how they get this to these. Clemens.
Nathan, nice to meet you. Welcome to Momentive Performance Materials here in Leverkusen.
Thanks
Just
for
come
having
in.
us. Thank you.
Have a look.
Cheers. We are absolutely thrilled to be here, Clemens. Thank you so much for having us. Tell us more. Where are we?
Yeah, thanks Nathan. Good that I have you here. Finally you made it after a couple of tries. We made it to Germany. Yes, you are here at Momentive Performance Materials in Leverkusen, which is more or less in the center of Germany, next to Cologne. This is our headquarter for Momentive within Europe, and we do here some interesting things, and this is something I want to introduce you into. First, I like to talk to you about what Momentive in general is. Momentive is one of the leading silicon companies. We are more than 8 years in the business. We do develop silicon for every kind of industry, more or less. We are in
everything. So all industries.
All kind of industries. Yes, you just say it. We are in consumer goods. We are in electronics. We are in aviation, automotive. So there are a lot of different silicon products we supply into the market since, as I've said, almost 80 years. And here in Leverkusen, we do something special.
We're actually not in the main manufacturing site today, are we? We're in the ADC.
Correct, that's right. ADC is the so-called Application Development Center, Nathan, and that means what we do here, and this is something I want to show you in a minute, is we do take our customers, or maybe our customers from tomorrow, and introduce them into how to use silicon rubbers. What can they do with this? What are the advantages? And finally, that the customer is seeing all the advantages of this product to use it and get it into product. This is exactly how we do supply the material rubber to our customers. So the liquid silicon rubber is coming as a 2-component kit to the customer, A and B component, and I will just let you see how the raw material looks like. So we just open the drum here.
Can I just go straight in?
Yes, just take it.
Put this up for the camera there. There we go.
So you see it's a viscose material which is kind of paste. And this material is the raw material, what we produce here in our plant here in Leverkusen. And you know that this is a B component as well, I said. And this is more or less from the same structure. So the customer has to mix the 2 components, A and B, to come to the final silicon rubber. Unit, a so-called LSR dosing system. And that's a system you can get into the market. And that takes care that there is a mixing ratio of 1:1 of this material purged over the lines into the direction of the injection molding machine. So this is just for handling the raw material to bring that into the production cell, which I show you now.
Okay. So the next stage, the liquid's transported or doused through to here. What happens next?
This is the injection molding machine. This is one example of injection molding machines which we have here. And what we do here is we really process the silicon rubber here. And the main task of that machine is really to inject the material into a hot mold to cure it there. In the mold there is a so-called cavity which is at the end shaping the geometry of the material. So for example, the material you have just seen as a paste in the drum, when we inject that into the hot mold, in this example something like 170 C, it cures within 30 seconds to this kind of silicon rubber. So from paste to a test sheet like this, which is just a test sheet in this example, just takes a few seconds. And that's one of the success stories also that demonstrates liquid silicon rubber because of processability.
Perfect. So you've kindly explained the whole process. And now here we have some end products. But really the thing that I love is you're getting to these end user products from that, which is pretty impressive. So remind me again, that is
silicon metal.
Silicon metal, and then it gets processed, and it becomes the liquid.
Yep.
Silicone. We go through the machines to order, and you end up with the end user products. And you've got recognizable parts here. You have
that's a classic one. That's a classic one. Everyone knows the infant care, the baby bottle nipple, and if you have the transparent one at home, you know this is silicon rubber, and that has, that also, there's no odor. That's a neutral material. It is food contact approved, so that's really one of the older success stories of a silicon rubber. Yes.
Baking molds.
Yeah,
for
bakery
kitchen.
molds. Okay, bakery molds again. Sorry, because it's heat stable, that material, so you can take that with a muffin dough inside into the oven, 180 degree. Nothing happens to the silicone rubber, and it's food contact approved. It doesn't give any other. It doesn't change the taste to the bakery stuff. So consumer goods like baby bottle nipples or this bakery mold. That's a big market for us as well. Correct.
Perfect.
And what we have also new developed more in these days is self-bonding materials. So to combine other materials with silicone rubber. In this case, it's a plastic. In this case, a polycarbonate together with a silicone rubber. And that's something we have presented at the K show last time, 3 years ago. And that is a mobile phone holder for the car. So you can easily see the advantages of combining a flexible material together with a silicone. And that's an extra development we have to do to get this material really anchoring chemically together. So that's also one of the bigger projects we are having here.
It's very interesting, and I think it goes to show the vast diversity of the product. Now, the more we're speaking to people for our show, the more we're learning, and actually we're excited by the innovations, so the future of silicone.
Yeah.
I mean, can you lend any more advice on that, or your thoughts? I mean, where do you think the future's going for that?
Good question, and interesting topic, because in more or less every industry segment we see, or in these days, a demand of silicone rubber, mainly for, or let's say not mainly, but for both, for existing products that the demand is increasing, and also for new innovations, for new projects. That's also one reason why we have this application development center, because today we take care on today's customers, but we also look onto what is happening in 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now on. Yeah. What can we do to sell silicone rubber in 5 years from now on? And that is applications we see here on our desk with requests from OEMs, from tier ones, which are complete new innovations. And that's all over the market. It is medical, it is new kind of breathing systems, it is for pharma industry, it is in the energy world. You all see this with renewable energies, that there is new technologies coming up into the market. Easy explanation is e-mobility. Electro cars do have different demand than combustion engine cars. So we see more or less in every market segment demand for new technologies. Silicone rubber is very often a material that can solve the issues, or we need to develop materials that are fitting onto the demands for the future.
Well, I think that's that for us. That's been really interesting. Good. Really good for us to come here and really understand the process and look at the future, and actually get a better understanding of Momentive's role within the silicone world. So thank you for your time.
Nathan, it was very good having you here. Thank you for being interested in this one, and we like to not only demonstrate it to people like you, but also to customers. This is one of the main focuses of us, to introduce people into this technology. Yeah. And for sure, we will also be present on the Silicon Expo in Detroit this June. Yeah. There will be our colleagues from the US being present to also have answers to the questions of our customers. So that will be a very good show, hopefully.
Yes.
And looking forward on that one, yes.
Great. Thank you very much.